Do you find yourself in situations which seem to be repetitive, or do you seem to meet the same people who are kind of treating you the same way, or you end up feeling the same feelings that something in your past has made you feel? Like, there are so many instances where you notice yourself being in the same exact position, either with your parents, your friends, your boyfriend, your colleagues, which makes you feel hurt, disappointed, extremely overgiving, oversharing, drained. I mean, these are just some of the emotions that I'm sharing with you. And today's topic is something that someone in my one of the comments suggested and requested for, which is how to move on and heal from past traumas. This is one of the most important things that I feel is that our traumas are our past, something that had happened to us in our past. That is why it's past traumas. And if you are still carrying it in your life, it's a big sign that you need to let it go. And I'm going to share with you exactly how. I was just sitting down yesterday night at around 3 a.m. and I just wrote some stuff that really helped me to move on from my own personal past traumas, and something that has really helped me shift and change my life. So here it is that I'll be sharing with you. First one, you might have heard this hundreds of times or maybe not. Go see a therapist. I mean, there is so much taboo around going to therapy. I mean, it's one of the most important thing you can do for yourself. It is the biggest investment in yourself. Why do I say that? Because I have been doing it for over 6, 7, 8, 9, I don't know how many years, but I have been constantly doing it. Now I only do it when I feel like doing it, but I have not stopped taking therapy. Why? Because it is an investment in your emotional well being. And where do all the thoughts come from? How can you create your life from the thoughts and the actions that you take? And whenever something happens to you which you cannot solve and you telling your friend cannot solve, I am sure you might have told your friend millions of times, I'm gonna leave him, or I just can't do this anymore, or maybe you should be a better friend, or we don't hang out anymore, or stuff like that. But I feel that that's not the answer. A friend, a family member, nobody can give you an answer. Why? Sometimes not even you can. But why? Because if there is a professional out there who can give you the correct answers or guide you towards a better path to make your life better, then why are you not making use of it? Okay, I hear you. Therapy is expensive, but have you dug deep enough? Have you seen platforms which give therapy for almost nothing? Have you tried at least doing that? There are so many online options and online therapy that you can take for the same. I mean, I'm sure you might have not seen those options, but it is so important to do that. So I would suggest therapy. If not that, okay, let's chuck therapy. Journal. Start journaling. Start writing by at least how you are feeling today or what has been bothering you. Once you start writing down, just see the magic happens. And if not in 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, the magic will be out there. You will write things you did not even knew that you are feeling. So it's so important to invest in yourself, give yourself time and self-reflect. Next point is very similar to the first one, which is become aware and write it down. If something my mom said triggered me or something my friend said hurt me, I'm gonna write it down. Okay, let's see if you're not able to write it down. Hold on a second and see how you're feeling, because the feelings, the emotions that we get are our body's way of signaling that something is wrong or something is making me feel sad or something is triggering me to feel hurt, pain, anger, whatever. And it is your duty to figure out what it is. It's okay. If you don't want to figure it out, leave it. But if next time you're in front of so many people and the same thing happens and you start getting angry or you react in a certain way which does not serve your higher self, I don't think you'll be happy about doing that in front of many people. And that's exactly why the inner preparation happens in isolation. So be aware, start noticing how you feel in your own body. Right now, so many people use devices or video games or drugs, alcohol, stuff like whatever to push that feeling away, to not feel those things. I know I have heard, I have seen it can be overwhelming, and that's why therapist is for that. Or if you want to be your own therapist, start by writing it down. Why? Because that is how you can connect the dots. Moving on to the next is something that changed my life, which is changing your narrative. How can you do that? Have you ever, I bet you have felt this way, that sometimes you don't know why you always end up feeling the same way, or why you can't feel happy, or what's the reason why there's always a constant blabber going on in your head. I mean, you're not able to judge what it is and why it's happening to you. And that's exactly why you are not able to come up with a solution. In this situation, either this happens, the uncertainty happens, or the negativity happens. The negativity is you telling negative thoughts, you telling negative phrases to yourself, and you keep repeating it. Why? Because the brain is more prone to think negatively. So you have to be that responsible boss lady or man to feed yourself with positive thoughts. So you have to basically change your narrative. You have to replace your negative thinking with a more positive thinking, or let's say the moderate positive thinking. Because I know many people are like, what is think positive, think positive? Agar think positive hi karna hota, to I would have been positive so long back. But I just can't do it, Angela. So that's exactly why I'm saying replace your thoughts, negative thoughts, or thoughts that are holding you back with thoughts that will serve you in a better way. That's the most we can do. So let's say, actually, honestly, this is a real story. When I was in high school, yes, sometimes I was bullied or I was made fun of. Even in school, I was made fun of. When I was in third grade, I was told that I will not have a husband and no guy will like me. I remember the guy who said that, but anyways, I just want to say that replace, I used to think a way where I used to question, why is this happening to me, and why do I always feel this way, and मेरे साथ ही क्यों हो रहा है, मेरे friends नहीं है. And I used to just self sabotage, thinking I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not slim enough, and I don't know what to do and stuff like that. I replaced that with, I started doing things which made me feel good, and I started focusing on the good. How? If I feel I'm not good enough and I'm not looking good enough, I replace that with, let's do a chapter of my subject, whatever. Let's study. Studying, why? That will make me smarter. Smarter, why? That will make me feel more confident. Confident, why? Because confidence will give me the self love or self care that I need to show up every day as a better person. So, this is how I linked the studying to the self confidence part and self love part. So, whenever you get this narrative of why this is happening to me, focus on what you can do and what you can control. So, let's say if I think my friend is, she does not love me, she does not like me, to I love myself, I like myself, I'm going to make sure that I am having a good time. So if you go to a party and your friend is not giving you much attention, you can say that I'm going to have fun in this party. What does fun mean to me? Does it mean going and drinking that juice? Does it mean going and eating more food? Does it mean going to the dance stage and just growing? Does it mean going to somebody new and just introducing myself without expecting anything? I'm gonna take a step and do it. If I fail there, then at least I tried. And then move on to the next thing in your list. Eat some fries, have fun. It's a party. I know it's not always easy, but changing a narrative of what is happening to me and what kind of life I want to build for myself can really help you to shift from that perspective. The last point for today's video I want to talk about is being kind, gentle to yourself. I regret not being that way to myself early in life, but now that I have faced all that I have because I was not kind to myself, to my body, to my health, I realized the importance of it, guys. I am telling you how important it is to be kind to yourself. Why? Because you are the only person who's gonna stay with yourself for the rest of your life. Not your husband, not your boyfriend, not your friends, not your parents, not your sister, not your brother, not your only yourself. When you go to sleep, whose thoughts are running in your mind? When you fall sick and you're living alone, who's there for you? If you want to lose weight, who's got to go to the gym? It's you. And it always has been you. So start being kind to yourself. Start feeling good about yourself by doing things that make you feel good. It will be hard in the beginning, and I know that it can be massive if you have a massive goal. But take small steps to make yourself feel good. Go for a walk, stay present with the nature while you are going for a walk or something. Give yourself that time. If you are feeling very low and you're invited to your friend's party and you don't want to go, listen to yourself. If they are your true friends, they will understand. I just feel I was very harsh on myself for losing weight when I entered modeling, and I have felt so bad because of which I could not grow in so many areas of my life. Then I realized I am good as I am. I'm perfect as I am. I am a human being as I am a model. And that is when I realized I should not punish myself, because what you give your body gives to you. And that's exactly why I stopped stressing about this, and I started treating my body and myself with respect. I started standing up for myself. I started listening to my body. And that's exactly what can help you move on from the past traumas in a way. I'm not saying whatever I've said is gonna help you move on from the past traumas instantly, but when you start bringing these practices by changing your narrative, replacing the negative with a more positive and healthier way, taking care of yourself, being kind to yourself, seeing a therapist, because the traumas are so subconsciously embedded in you that you do not know how you can change your narrative. And that's something which only someone who is a professional can help you do. But before you do that, try all these things, and I would love to hear if they help you out or not. They certainly helped me, because my past trauma included not having enough friends or being betrayed by so many people in my life, by lies, by hating on me because of my success or because of me working hard on myself daily. I was getting so much hate for being successful by my own friends who have been my childhood friends for the past 10 years. Like, so many friendships have been broken in my life because they could not handle who I am about to be, and they were the lazy ass bums. But I love you guys, because you are the reason why I'm here and I can speak with confidence, and I love myself. So, until next time.